If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tailman code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. Want to show off your love for Tablemon? Check out my 2021 merch. These new hoodies and shirts are available on Amazon. Click on the link in the description to get yours. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. We're going to be playing with Mew VMAX today, so Mew did get a couple of cards that really update the deck and upgrade rather the deck into an even more powerful one. Number one is the Ultra Wall, allowing you to discard 2 cards from your hand and you search for a Pokemon, so that not only lets you directly search for the Mew VMAX, but it also lets you search for any other Pokemon whilst thinning your hand so that you can utilize your Fusion Strike system ability more effectively, where you get to draw cards until you have as many cards in your hand as you have Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. And you can use this ability, of course, multiple times. Now we also get the brand new Choice Belt, allowing the card this Pokemon is attached to doing 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon V. So essentially a permanent power tablet, a bonus 30 damage, which can be very useful, especially as that will save you some power tablets in the long run, allowing you to potentially stretch for a 1 KO afterwards. And we also have a copy of the double turbo energy so that we can power up Mew in a single turn very quickly. Even if we got knocked out, we can attach it to Mew VMAX. We will do 20 less damage, but it does provide the double colorless needed for cross Fusion Strike, and that way even if our Mew VMAX gets knocked out and we have no energy in play, we can still do a boss play as long as we have the double turbo energy. The rest of the deck is pretty much remains the same, I would say. I do have my copy of Peony, which I've always liked in Mew VMAX decks in particular, and that's it. Yeah, nothing else really new for the deck, so let's jump in the ladder and see it in action. Alright, so we're up against some sort of metal deck. We will choose to go first, which is always pretty great. And we'll have our Mew at the top. We don't have a great starting hand though, unless we get a Chromatic Head Flip. We do see a lot of healing. This could be just Metagross based on the coin and the deck box and the mulligan I just saw. This is probably Metagross VMAX. It is. Alright, so my hand did not improve with the mulligans, so this is pretty scary, honestly. Okay, I do flip heads, which is really good. So I'll be able to search for the Battle VIP pass. Now I do know my opponent is playing Crushing Hammers, and getting rid of that switch is also not ideal, but it is what it is. I fully expect my opponent to be playing with Pass to a Peak, so I'm not going to play down my training card, even though I would draw an extra card. Doesn't seem worth it. Now though, I have the back-to-back stadium counters, so I'll go ahead and play this one and just draw another card, because the next turn if the path gets countered, like, I also don't want a lot of stadium stacked in my hand, and that Peony is actually very unfortunate to draw, but it is what it is. We have a stadium counter. We also threaten with the KO right here onto the Metagross. They do play the Kabu, but they really need another basic Pokemon here. Oh, they play Crystal Cave, not Path to the Peak. That's my bad. Okay, then that's even better to have played that stadium, and I probably should have played it. I did see the Crystal Caves, but I guess I don't technically know what else they play. Alright, so all I need to do now is Peony for the win, right? That gets me the Mew VMAX, and I one-shot the thing. So there's the Ultra Ball, and that's it, right? That's all I need. The Ultra Ball, I will draw cards with Genesect, then I'll be able to play the Ultra Ball, copy Genesect's attacks, and that will be the game. So yeah, One risk of playing decks such as this one is the possibility of getting benched out, and if I had gone second, there might have been an even bigger chance of donking them. So thanks to the Mellow Era. I believe I actually would have docked them if I had gone second. So yeah, on to the next game. Alright, so my opponent does win the coin flip this time around. We both mulligan, so we both will find out what the other person is playing. I actually mulligan twice. That hand would have been sick with any supporter. And Peonia, Bruno, Roseanne's backup. I believe this is Durant, right? No other decks really play Peonia. The grass, everything, the grass suit, I guess, also plays to that. So ideally I get a turn 1 KO, right? Without extending too many resources. If I get the turn 1 KO, then that puts a lot of pressure, and it seems like I will be able to find that turn 1 KO, which is pretty fantastic. So the game will be over in 6 turns, unless it's a Snorlax, right? Unless my opponent started a Snorlax. Actually, even if they start a Snorlax, I can still get the turn 1 KO with a Meloetta. So what I need to be careful now on is a Genesect getting trapped in the active. That's what I need to be careful of. So I can battle the AP pass for Genesect plus Meloetta, attach the energy to Meloetta, Alessa Sparkle to probably a Genesect and a Meloetta. No, the Mew and Meloetta. Alright, there's this Snorlax, so I can KO the Snorlax, like I said. Would have been nicer to KO a Durant, I guess, but that's alright. And there's already all 4 Durants. No, okay, we see a Bidoof. Very nice play right there for resource recovery. Alright. Not a bad turn 1 for my opponent. Definitely going to match mine in terms of pace. Top taking that switch is actually fantastic. Really, really fantastic. As now we have a counter to the stadium, we have a guaranteed switch to get the Genesect out of the active if it comes to that, and Melodiosect does 140, which is enough. So the game will be over in 6 turns or less. Either I get decked out in 6 turns or less, or I've successfully knocked out all of my opponent's Pokemon in 6 turns. Well, not all of them. 6 total Pokemon, rather. So my opponent's goal now is to stop me from taking knockouts. They do have access to all 4 Durants. I imagine they play Crushing Hammer and maybe Fan of Waves, so getting an extra energy onto the Meloetta and the active is not a bad idea at all. And I like that they're playing multiple copies of Capture Energies along with a lot of Pokemon Search. Yeah, because that turn 1 Capture Energy is super valuable in terms of helping the deck set up correctly. So my opponent very wisely playing a Scoop of Net. There's the boss play onto a Genesect, the first boss against my first switch, and there's the Crushing Hammer as I mentioned. So the cool thing is I have the Alessa Sparkle, but yep. No energy though for my opponent, which is really, really good for me. And yeah, so this time around, I think I'm going to Alessa Sparkle onto the Genesect. I know I have both of them left. And I have my switch right here to be able to attack. So I would love to conserve pieces, but I mean, so if I draw 1 card, it's not that big a deal. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Max Miracle. There's no rush to draw cards, just being more conservative with what I end up doing. I have a way to thin my hand. I have also another Genesect if I really want to explode into a turn to draw a lot of cards, then it is possible. And we see the Cynthia's Ambition by my opponent, so very nice play. That means no boss though, so that means we are almost guaranteed to take a knockout this upcoming turn. Need to get back the Durant. Okay, the 4 pieces that they discarded, nothing super crucial, so that's really good. I guess grabbing the other energy out of my deck is important. I think that seems really, really good. And evolving, there's no harm in evolving really. And we'll go ahead and max Miracle. So 3 more turns to go. Right, and now I have the possibility to attach the energy to a Genesect, counter the stadium, and pay the retreat cost without having to dig for a switch. Or I can attach the energy to the active in case of a successful Crushing Hammer. So this is all about resource management, essentially. You know, applying as much pressure as you can whilst doing resource management overall. Double coin flip heads, oof. Now that is brutal. It's still not the end of the world. I can still take a KO with Meloetta and a power tablet, which I will likely have to dig for. But yeah, now this is not ideal for sure. That double heads flip was pretty brutal. And that's 3 for 3 on Crushing Hammers from my opponent, so that really, really sucks, man. And there's a power tablet gone right there, so alright. I do flip tails, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And yeah, I think it's go time, right? Alright, so I need a power tablet. Please. Alright, there we go. There's the power tablet that I needed in order to guarantee the KO. And the other card that I now need to grab is a double turbo energy. Or to potentially save. I need to guarantee the KO here. I absolutely need to guarantee the KO. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There's always Genesect, so I think it's okay to bench the Meloetta to draw extra cards here. I now have the guaranteed KO on the Durant. None of these cards are very useful. And I think targeting the energy is the way to go here. So Melodious Echo. The issue is I will continue to need to dig in order for the double turbo or another power tablet. Although I do have boss KO and mana fee, so that does save a turn. And then for the last turn, I can definitely just go out of my way to dig through my whole deck. So we might actually be alright here. Thanks to that benched mana fee from my opponent, which definitely did not need to do, and there's no reason to do so. Alright, if that had been a heads flip, I imagine they would have targeted the Meloetta. And therefore I would have played the training court, but they decide to concede, not finding the rescue carrier, only discarding 2 energies. I was not guaranteed a knockout on the active, but we'll take it. Yeah, on to the next game. Alrighty here, so we lost the coin flip yet again. We have a decent hand for sure. I wish I was going first. I don't know what I'm up against. It could be just a Mew mirror match, honestly. Would not be surprised by that. It's actually Malamar. Alright, so getting a turn 1 KO is pretty important. This hand definitely allows for that. And now I have the confirmed turn 1 KO, which is pretty fantastic. So as usual, that's going to be the goal. And I can also play with my opponent's prize cards situation, assuming they don't play any bosses orders or Pokemon catchers. Then I can absolutely manipulate and force my opponent to play to at least 7, maybe 8 prize cards if I have the 2 Meloettas and I can power both of them this turn. Or not this turn, but eventually, right? I definitely don't need the Meloetta this turn. I think it's better to guarantee the attack, but that Ultra Ball actually changes things, so let me think this through. The Fog Crystal gets me the Psychic, the Ultra Ball getting rid of the switch, and the Choice Belt seems pretty good, right? So I can search for the Meloetta with that, and guarantee the attachments and the energy off of the Fog Crystal, and get a turn 1 KO, whilst having the potential Mew powered up. And yeah, so really, really broken hand that I got right here. that top deck just made it so much better. And yeah, like Ultra Ball is just a fantastic card to have in Mew VMAX. Really, really fantastic. All right. So then we go ahead and Fusion Strike system for 3 cards. And we'll go ahead and do this. And we'll go ahead and Fusion Strike system again. And okay, so I did get an escape rope. I think KOing Remoraid is fine here. There we go. All right. So there's a Malamar. So my opponent could just return KO me, and that's completely okay, I think. If that happens. Scoop up nets, I imagine that's for a Cynthia. Huh? Okay, that I did not understand. They do play boss, however, but that scoop up net before the make do, I absolutely did not understand. But anyways, quick win here. On to the next match. Alright, so we lose a coin flip yet again, but my opponent actually let me go first, immediately telling me that they are playing Mew VMAX and they're trying to donk me, right? Which is a fair strategy. Or actually, never mind. I have no idea what they're playing and why they would let me go first. Alright, now the Ultra Wall top deck is precarious, right? Okay, I think I'm just gonna get rid of the escape rope and the boss. And this could be Durant and they're just trying to mill on turn 1. That is absolutely a very real possibility. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab a Mew. I'm gonna bench it, bench this, attach this, and yeah, I guess I'll quick ball. I wanted to maybe keep the Alessa, but I think it's better to just draw, because then I would have Genesect for 1, and then whatever I drew, like, I don't know. I think this is just better and definitely pays off. Definitely pays off. We're gonna establish another Mew and a Genesect without knowing what we're up against. This is like as standard as you get. And I think this is fine to let go of. If my opponent plays a Path to a Peak, we are not stopped from taking an attack, even a potential KO, but we also have the chance to get out of it with the Chromatic, a 50% chance. Alright. So we do see a Lotad. So immediately I'm a little scared. We do see Luminion as well. So we see 4 support Pokemon already, but we don't know yet what we are up against. We just see a Research. Capture Energy and Choice Build getting discarded. Still have no clue what I'm up against. Now we know though. It is an Entei build. Okay, interesting to see Entei without Ludicolo. I mean, without Inteleon, and choosing to play Mew, Oranguru, and Luminion for support. So interesting choices. And my opponent, we do see a Scoop Up Net, no energy, no fire energy into discard pile, so Magma Basin is not useful at the moment. And now the issue for me is that the double turbo energy does mean I don't have a knockout on this with the Power Tablet copy. At least we won't be getting Path to the Peak though, so that's really good news. That is actually very good news. See the Scuba Net on the active, we see the Lotad, another Lotad, and a pass. Alright. So I do get an attachment here. I don't mind killing the Lotad. I don't feel super threatened by my opponent right here. So I'm gonna do this. I only feel like saving the Power Tablets is important. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll fail this. I mean, nah. I was thinking of playing the power tablet and risking the KO on that guy. Don't think that's worth it. Just gonna go ahead and retreat now. Well, I'll play the Alessa first, I guess. Okay, so I did not prize any fusion energy, which is really nice. I already played a supporter, so there's no point in using up the power tablet. And okay, so we'll lose an energy, but that is completely fine. So now there's no attack that I can copy to get a KO. So if I copy Psychic Leap, I would not be getting a knockout. If I copy oh, actually, no, never mind. I can't copy Melodious Echo. Never mind. I was thinking, like, what attack lets me attack next turn? But that Melodious Echo lets me attack next turn. I thought I didn't have enough energies in play. Forgot I played the Alessa. But that's fine. Yeah, taking a prize card here, really good. My opponent not having any energy in play, also really good. I countered the Magma Basin. And worst comes to worst, and they actually do 300 or more with a choice build and a power up Entei, that's still completely okay here. All right. My opponent's board doesn't look very threatening, right? They could get a one-shot. They absolutely could. By going Rare Candy Ludicolo, getting an energy in the discard pile, Magma Basin, attach, retreat. Choice Belt, one-shot the Mew VMAX. So actually, never mind. It's pretty threatening. I feel like it would be much more threatening if they could search directly for pieces with the Intellion line though, rather than random 6 cards, random 7 cards. You know? I feel like it would be much more threatening if they had an Intellion and multiple like Sobbles or Drizzles. I was gonna comment, like, there's one guy that just commented on my Ice Rider video about how having Intellion is not good in your deck. Like, I'm so sick of that person. It's that one guy now. That one guy that's always commenting. But anyways, like, I can't fathom how people think Intellion is not good. So why not? I don't think they used the Mew ability, did they? Oh, they did. Never mind. They actually did. Doesn't seem like their deck is flowing too well though. Now they need another switching card. Plus the Magma Basin, and there we go. Yeah, so we did get like super close or complete games with Mew VMAX. Seems like a lot of players are trying out new stuff, but I think what we got to show from our perspective is how consistent Mew is, how powerful it is with Ultra Ball, and just overall Mew remains a threat, if not the threat right now in the meta game. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.